There is a feeling that visits some people in quiet moments. A feeling so strange that most spend their entire lives trying to explain it away. Not because it is frightening, but because it is familiar. Too familiar. As though something inside you recognizes a place your mind has never been. A face you have never met. A silence older than your first memory. And for a brief moment, you are left with an impossible question. Why does this feel remembered instead of discovered? Perhaps the deepest mystery of being human is not what we do not know, but what we cannot stop almost remembering. Drifting through currents we never created, towards shores we do not remember choosing. Because beneath every ambition, beneath every distraction, beneath every fear, there remains something watching, something patient, something ancient, waiting beneath the noise of a lifetime. And then, one day, the silence breaks. A first breath, a first cry, a first opening of the eyes. And the strange thing is, nobody remembers arriving. Nobody remembers crossing the threshold. Yet every human being crossed it. Every one of us emerged from a darkness we cannot recall into a world that immediately began telling us who we were. From the moment we arrive here, the world begins speaking. Names, clocks, expectations, stories. Soon we learn who we are supposed to be, what we are supposed to chase, what we are supposed to fear. And little by little, the silence disappears. Not because it left, because we stopped listening. And somewhere in that process, something strange happens. We become so busy becoming someone that we forget to ask who is becoming. We collect identities, achievements, beliefs, wounds, until one day we mistake the costume for the one wearing it. Perhaps that is why silence feels uncomfortable, because silence removes the audience. And without an audience, many of the things we call ourselves begin to disappear. Yet every so often, life creates a crack, a moment, a glimpse, a dream, a sunset that feels impossibly familiar, a sky that awakens something you cannot explain, a memory that arrives from nowhere, and suddenly, for one impossible second, the walls become transparent. You sense something beyond the performance, beyond the struggle, beyond the endless movement. Not another world, something closer, something that has been here the entire time. Truth rarely arrives as information. It arrives as recognition. You do not learn it, you remember it. Like hearing a song you have not heard in 1,000 years, and somehow knowing every word. And so some people continue, through loss, through disappointment, through loneliness, through years of silence, not knowing what they are looking for, only knowing that they must keep walking. Because something inside them remembers a direction, even when they do not. The most painful form of loneliness is not being far from home. It is forgetting that you ever had one. Then one day, without warning, it happens. Not enlightenment, not revelation, recognition. You arrive somewhere inside yourself that feels older than thought, older than language, older than memory. And suddenly, the search changes because you realize you were never moving toward it. You were moving back to it. The place had always been there, not hidden, not lost, waiting. Like the ocean waits for the river, like the stars wait for the night. And standing before that silence, something extraordinary happens. The need to understand begins to fade. The need to possess, to conquer, to explain, to be certain, all of it falls away. Because for the first time, you are no longer looking at existence. You are looking through it. Long before the first human opened their eyes, galaxies were already turning. Oceans were already rising. Mountains were already being carved by winds with no witness. Reality did not arrive when we arrived. We arrived inside something already in motion, and perhaps the universe never asked to be understood. Perhaps understanding was our response to standing inside something immeasurably vast. The stars burned before the first language. The oceans moved before the first name. The wind crossed the earth before the first question. Existence did not begin with us, and it will not end with us. Yet somehow, we belong to it. Not as masters, not as strangers, as participants. Fragments of something immeasurably larger, ancient enough to contain every life, intimate enough to contain every breath. And perhaps that is what the soul has been trying to tell us all along. That beneath every identity, beneath every victory, beneath every wound, there remains something untouched, something that remembers. Maybe the reason certain moments make us cry is not because they reveal something new. Maybe they remind us of something we have carried forever. Something buried so deeply it can only be felt. Maybe that ache you cannot explain is not emptiness. Maybe it is memory. And maybe the strangest truth of all is that what we call searching was never searching. What we call awakening was never awakening. What we call discovery was never discovery. Maybe it was remembering. We spend our lives searching for meaning, searching for purpose, searching for answers. Yet perhaps the deepest part of us was never searching. It was remembering. Remembering something so ancient that language arrived too late to describe it. Remembering the silence. Remembering the stars. Remembering the place that felt like home before you knew the word. And when the final questions fall silent, when the noise finally loosens its grip, when the horizon between memory and mystery begins to disappear, perhaps what remains is not knowledge, not certainty, not answers, only recognition. The quiet recognition that whatever you have been looking for has been walking beside you since the very beginning. And for one brief moment, before the veil closes again, before language returns, before the world rushes back in, you remember. And in that remembering, nothing new was discovered, only something ancient recognized.